Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I know I always say this at the beginning of every weekly live training that we host. And this week, I mean it more than ever because we all know it's the holiday time. It's holiday season. We have Hanukkah, Christmas, New Year's, all the above going on around the same time, right? All mid to late December and then early January. We kick off the year. And I think it's important to you all that you got to say to yourself, with everything going on right now, early to mid December, I'm here. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to innovate. I'm trying to change my business for the better, right? So come January 2nd, January 3rd, Monday, Tuesday, you are off to the races, right? So kudos to each and every one of you that are taking an hour with us today. We're going to get everybody out before, in fact, way before 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a giveaway at the end. I have a nice little tech package that you will win. We will ask a question like we do every week. And as long as you answer the question correctly, it has to do with our slides that you're about to see. Then we will pick your name at the end, announce it live, and you win the tech package as long as you're an active agent with us, at least one appointment with Levinson. Okay, and the other thing I want to mention, and you can see the title on the top of this slide. Obviously, we're jumping into Protective Life, their latest and greatest, and why you need to be on board, especially coming into the new year. So, number one, Protective, yes, they've been around a long, long, long time. In fact, I just learned since 1907, okay, listen to this statistic, 7 CEOs Protective Life has had since 1907. Okay, and also Chris, who's hosting the call today, okay, who's also a good friend of ours, has been with the company and our VP at Protective for almost 10 years. We were just talking offline. These days, that's unheard of. Okay, most of the carrier VPs come and go, and I hate to say this, right, because I'm not happy about that. But that's just the bottom line. A lot of these guys and girls go from company to company. It's not their fault, but it just happens. And I think this speaks volumes about Protective. I think it says a lot about the company, the stability. They treat their employees right. Chris has always been at every expo, our holiday parties, our webinars, and that means the world to us and to our agents. So I'll take a second to thank you, Chris, for helping us always. Anything we need, you're always there. And then I want to, of course, take a special thank you dedicated just to our agents for being here today. So, you've been watching our marketing about today's presentation, and why is this unique? Why is this different? So, for a few reasons. Number one, okay, even if you have an appointment with Protective, let's say it's not with Levinson and Associates, and you want to transfer that over to us to leverage our lead programs, which you're going to hear about in a few minutes, our tools, our tech, maybe the Ringy CRM tool, the lead generating system, whatever it is, okay? We match, or most of the time beat your commissions, plus you get leads for contracting or cash for contracting with your first paid application with Protective, okay? So that's a win-win-win across the board, okay? I don't see any reason why you would not want to work with Levinson, okay, and keep most of your core contracts with us, and mainly to leverage the tools, okay? And I think that's a big one, and again, you'll see why. Another, just a quick feather in their cap I want to point out is, we have over 90 carriers, okay? And I'm always on here saying how we don't like to have a lot of overlap, okay? We don't want to have the Burger King and the McDonald's all on the same corner, and each carrier kind of represents a niche in the industry, okay? And that's a fact. So what's neat with Protective is they have all bases covered. Okay, so yes, we have great IUL carriers and great term carriers and Insure Me Now direct carriers and supplemental product and DI carriers, right? All across the board. Okay, but Protective is our number one core carrier when it comes to all bases covered, meaning term, GUL, IUL, great technology, EAPS, non-med programs to a million. They made some new adjustments, updates. Okay, like I said, bigger and better with Protective, the relaunch. That's what Chris is going to jump into, and I don't want to steal any of his thunder. Okay, and then on the other side of it, this isn't a carrier that's saying, hey, we want your business, yes, but only if it's a 500,000 and up. Their minimum face amount is 50 grand. So even if you're more of like a term agent or final expense agent, okay, you can still lean on Protective for these cases, because what you're going to find is a typical final expense policy, right? You're comparing apples to apples. You're going to wind up getting 3 to 5 times the death benefit for the same premium if they're a healthy client, or even, I shouldn't even say healthy, standard or better, let's say. Okay, so no matter what side of the fence you're on, estate planning, $10 million IUL cases or GUL, that's fine. Okay, or if it's with smaller term cases for maybe SBA loan protection, okay, or final expense, you still have a home here. And that's what I love about Protective, all bases covered. Okay, and you're going to learn more in a few minutes. Okay, what I also want to talk about this weekend, we just got an award. We were part of the United States Marine Corps Toys for Tots Challenge. Okay, we are a silver sponsor every single year for the South Florida chapter. Okay, and the rally is going on Saturday, and we're collecting all of the unwrapped toys here at our office. They have to be in by Friday. And then Levinson is donating hundreds of dollars of unwrapped toys. On top of it, we're writing a big check as a silver sponsorship on behalf of you all in your business. Okay, so it's all about giving back, okay, especially this time of the year. Think about all these underprivileged children, right, that don't have a chance to open gifts, okay, and have a wonderful Hanukkah or Christmas or whatever the case is. So it's about giving back. And by you working with Levinson, you're a part of the family. You're a part of the team that enables us to do stuff like this, okay, and sponsor the Toys for Tots South Florida Toy Rally. It's a big, big deal. Top right corner is a copy of the award that we were part of that came in last week. This was our holiday luncheon we did a couple weeks back. And this is a quick little note from Carrie and the Levinson family, dedicated to our agents, our field force, because without you, we are nothing, zero. Forget about silver sponsorship, okay? We're at the bottom. So thank you once again to each and every agent, GA, MGA, that's on this call. Let's keep moving forward. Okay, real fast. I was talking about reviews. I was talking about lead programs, okay? And that's a big deal because you can scratch your head and say, Bill, there's a million IMOs out there and they all offer the same carriers and they all say they have the best commissions and, some of them are these MLM groups and whatever it is. And what do you guys do different? Why should I work with you? Okay, number one, we're going on 51 years, 51 years. Okay, it's a big deal. Family owned and operated, 100%. Okay, especially in today's day and age, that's a big deal. Our tools, our technology, our lead programs. I personally invest over $1 million a year into our agency database, into our CRM, into our Insure Me Now Direct, into all of the technology that you see on Agency Automator, okay? Everything on our website, okay? I just spoke to our programmer. She manages websites, okay, and obviously does all the programming. There's no one in the industry today that has as many pages or options that Levinson has to offer their agents. It's a fact, okay? We're number 3 at iPipeline when it comes to the entire country, e-application submissions and running quotes. We are number 3 in the country, okay? That's a big deal. That's a huge deal. Over 22,000 agents. I'm very proud. I know I'm sounding like I'm tooting our own horn here, but I'm very proud of it. I can't help it. And again, it's because of the relationships and our customer service. And at the end of the day, if it wasn't for you, I said it for the third time, never be in this spot. All right, these are some of the agent reviews that have been coming in especially over the last 4 to 8 weeks. These are awesome. This is on Google reviews, our Facebook page. If you leave a review, share your thoughts, good, bad, and different. We want to hear from you. We send you the new IUL prospecting book. Okay? We built this company because of you. That's number 4. Fourth time I've said it. Let's keep moving forward here. Now, this is a big deal. And the reason why I say this is it's holiday time. Okay? We just called, in fact, with Surebridge on the bottom there, we just called 4 to 6 agents. This is just within the last few days to say, hey, we just mailed you $100. Why did you mail me $100? Well, you wrote the first 2 apps with Surebridge. Done. Okay, $100 cash on top of great comp and renewals. Okay, because it's a full pass through with Levinson, leveraging our direct IMO contracts. On the top, another opportunity. By the way, these are going on to the end of the year, and these are easy, low premium apps and policies. On the top, that's the first 100% direct to consumer term to $2 million. Instant decision on Insure Me Now Direct. Write your first app. You get the tablet, the new Fire tablet, just in time for the holidays, right? You can re-gift. I don't care. Do whatever you want with it. This is on top of great commission plus renewals for 10 years on a term product, okay, by Assurity Life. It's called Hero Term. Okay, we just finished the programming. It's been about 10 days now. All right, let's keep moving along. So what I want to do now is talk about what's new here at Levinson. And I feel like, you look at us, and I always say, and listen, we are not perfect. And I say to our employees, I say to our agents, we're going to be 99.999%. Okay. And when we do, and if we make a mistake, it will happen. We're not perfect. We need to be here to jump in and make it right. Okay. And I'm saying that on record. That's our promise to you all. We're here to make it right. Carrie's job is to sit here and make sure our agents are happy and build relationships, especially with underwriters and VPs for our agents. I'm also going to sit here and say this slide in front of you. What's new at Levinson? Okay, you don't just have to listen to us. Watch what we do in our actions, right? They always say words mean zero. Okay, but I want to see your actions, Bill. Okay, well, this slide is constantly going to be full because our action plan is we have to come up with new ideas, sales strategies, technology, lead programs to help our agents every single week. Every week, not every year, every week. So this slide has to be full and different, and it is. So I'm going to point out just a couple things real fast. And by the way, we're going to include all of this in our thank you email you'll have in your inbox before we leave tonight. If you don't, it's sitting in your spam folder, or we have your wrong email address. Please call us and tell us what the correct email is. But let's real fast. I'm going to scroll through this quickly. We got a bunch of contests going on year end, bunch of adjustments with a lot of carriers right now. I'm going to go to the top there, middle section. So on Insure Me Now Direct, and by the way, I don't care what type of agent you are. I don't care if you're sitting in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, or Key West, Florida. You need to have Insure Me Now Direct running on autopilot in the background. Okay, it's like your own Amazon to sell products, great products. We just added the new Assurity Life term to $2 million, the Hero product. Okay, and 2 new Surebridge Life products by United Healthcare with guaranteed issue options as well. And then again, first 2 apps, $100 cash on top of everything else. Let's scroll to the bottom middle section from the annuity department. Nationwide, we just launched their new Peak 10 index annuity. As you know, the annuity side is on fire right now because of interest rates. Okay, if you've never written an annuity before, I'm telling you, you got to market it to your consumers, your network, because they're buying these annuity products, just not from you. So use our annuity department. Josh, Ashley is great. Ashley K is helping out as well because we are slam right now. And I'm telling you, as an agent, you got to get the word out. If you're a veteran, leverage our resources, our lead programs. We have some really neat stuff. Okay, we just put together the MIGA Monday e-blast that goes out every single Monday with the latest and hottest annuity rates. And then a couple other things I'm going to mention. We have our 2023 Expo. If you want to write down this date, April 21 of 23. Okay, we're going to have it at our beachfront resort, the Hilton, literally right on the sand, Deerfield Beach. In fact, Chris will be there. He's there every single year. We have a new podcast coming out with me and Carrie and one of our agents that's been going year after year. And we're going to have a nice conversation about business in 22, 23, about the expo, all the above. So you can check that out in the next few weeks. And then what we're doing, and again, I don't care if you're an agent that focuses just on term or just on whole life or what, it doesn't matter. Okay, even if you're on the health side or PNC side, everyone, right, especially younger professionals, even middle-aged professionals, needs disability coverage. And DI, okay, especially using our direct contracts, is a great opportunity for you as an agent to build an annuity, okay, to build your retirement using the high commissions and high renewal stream that will come in year after year. You've got to be selling disability or at least bringing it up to your consumers. So what I wanted to do is right before the end of the year on the 29th, we have a DI disability extravaganza. We brought in our two top carriers in the industry for the blue collar side and the white collar side, Illinois Mutual and Principal. We're going to spend an hour. We're going to bring it down to level 101, and then we're going to bring it as high as 901 can even see. Okay, we're going to have both sides of the fence. We're going to have the two hottest carriers when it comes to DI on 12/29. Make sure you are on that training. It's going to be awesome, all about disability. Two top companies. Promise you, it's going to be worth your time. Okay, we're going to jump into our featured presentation. I know Chris is waiting patiently. Chris is on right now from Protective Life. Chris Solomon, our regional RVP, also a friend of mine. And Chris is going to take the wheel. You there, buddy?
I am here.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I think we're just getting set up.
Yeah.
And
How's that?
there we go. Perfect.
Good afternoon, everyone. 20 after 3. I don't plan on taking longer than maybe 20 or 25 minutes of your time, and I want it to be valuable. Bill hit on a number of important points. First, it's end of year, and yeah, you've chosen to take an opportunity on a Thursday afternoon to learn a little bit about Protective Life and Levinson and Associates. I've worked with Levinson and Associates for 9.5 years. I'll complete 10 with Protective here this coming July, which seems like forever from now, considering when I look out my window here in New Jersey, it's snowing. So this is the first snow of the season. I envy Bill in a way, being in Coral Springs. Protective Life, as Bill had mentioned, we've been around since 1907, and we've had a little over a handful of CEOs. It shows our commitment essentially to our company on an ongoing basis as a financially worthy entity. Bill had a few different bullet points up on the screen earlier showing that we were rated AM Best A+. We've been rated AM Best A or better since 1940. We've all been through pandemic. Pandemic is kind of old. It's old news by now, but it's only 2 years old, and that's really an infancy when we look back on the recence of it. And the reason why I kind of bring that up now, we saw a lot of changes over the course through pandemic with life insurance carriers. We saw, I would say, a drastic loss in the number of guaranteed universal life products that were available for sale to the open market. That drastic loss, just numbers off the top of my head, we were looking at about 21 available GULs at the end of 2019. And by June of 2020, I think we were down to about 13 or even 11, of which Protective Life has 2 GULs and a guaranteed death benefit IUL, where you can guarantee the death benefit out to age 90. So I kind of call that one a GIUL. And I'll tackle those products as we move through this. Protective Life at the end of last year, and you'll notice on my screen we have I call it purple. My company calls it indigo. I won't argue with them. They write my paycheck. But we changed our colors from blue and white to indigo and white. We did that about a year ago, and we committed $1 million to do market research to determine what our brand should be. Our logo in the lower left-hand corner, we also changed. We used to have, it was a half ring, upside down half ring that was designed to show protection. Now we have two people holding hands. The purpose of that, the idea behind that, holding hands, is that we are all protectors. I'm a protector, you're a protector, Bill is a protector. We protect people's futures, we protect people's finances, we protect the ability for a family to financially survive. I have been a life insurance agent in my career. I have delivered a death claim, and on those hard, trying times, when someone loses someone and you're the individual that has the ability to deliver a check which can provide a financial blanket in an uncertainty upon losing someone, you are a protector. It's what we do. Protective Life, we make promises that we will deliver on. We design products that will have no surprises or disappointments. We work to do the right thing. You hear a lot of carriers say that. If you've been perusing the news recently in the life insurance section, not the sports section, you may have noticed that there is a well-known carrier that recently had a large multi-billion-dollar write-down. It doesn't make them a bad carrier. It insinuates to me that their past product pricing may have been not priced accordingly for their profitability. We've at Protective never experienced that. Over the course of the past 50 some odd years, we have acquired 48-ish different life insurance carriers. Some of those carriers, if you've been in the business for a while, you may know them. We acquired Mutual of New York. We acquired the block of business for Chase, Empire General, West Coast Life, Great West, I think was the most recent one a couple of years ago. I believe we acquired that company for 1.2 or 1.6 billion. Mutual of New York, in my mind, stands out because we did that acquisition around June of 2014, I believe, which is a while ago, right? And we did it for $1 billion, and we expected to make that $1 billion back within 4 years. Based on the acquisition price of Mutual of New York's block of business, we actually were able to make that money back in 3 years, 1 year ahead of time. 25% better time frame than what we thought. We acquire companies for pennies on the dollar, and those acquisitions kick us a profit immediately, which supports our financial stability. So here are our ratings in case you were curious. As I had mentioned, we design products that will perform in a manner in which your clients believed they would perform when they purchased them, and they will perform that way through the life of the client. We are in the protection business, and we are committed to the protection business, not necessarily the cash accumulation business. We have short-term solutions, which is term insurance. We have long-term solutions, which is our guaranteed universal life portfolio and our indexed portfolio. I had mentioned over the course of pandemic, as we were watching GULs disappear from the market space, we actually introduced a GUL in April of 2020. It's one of the best-selling GULs we have. That one's called Lifetime Assurance UL, and I'll hit that in a couple of minutes. But as far as short-term solutions go, and if you haven't been getting the announcements, I'd like you to know that we reprice this term product about every 6 weeks to maintain a number 1 or number 2 pricing point in the market space. There are other carriers. There's another carrier whom will not be mentioned that we've committed to going toe-to-toe with on price. And we're okay being number 2 because our number 2 price on a monthly basis is literally pennies. So this classic choice term, this is our flagship term product. It comes in 10, 20 to the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 and 40-year term durations. It's also approved in New York. This is our term flagship. This is the product that we consistently reprice so that it has a competitive price point for your clients on an ongoing basis, year after year after year. It is convertible to a GUL. So when you start to think, well, why would I pay a couple of more pennies? This is just term insurance. When you start to think about your own business in cash flow terms, and what that means is, and you're going through training right now in 2022, how are you going to look at 2023? What might you do differently to continue your cash stream coming in that pays you for what you do? That's your cash flow. Term conversions are potential future cash flow. Taking a term product, converting it into a permanent product at the previous underwriting class to help the client have long-term coverage to help their families. The second term-like product, and I say term-like, I stress that, term-like, is my custom choice UL. And you can see on the screen it says 10 through 30. It's a UL product, but we only allow it to be sold in durations of 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30-year durations. It looks just like term. It feels just like term. However, it's a UL. So I'll show you some of the flexibility that, quote, term product has that you might be able to use for your clients. You can see in the orange and blue kind of bar arrow chart pictures on the bottom, on the left, classic choice, that yellow arrow insinuates what normal term insurance does. You have the level premium payment period, and then at the end of the level period, your premium goes up. Same holds true with classic choice. Our premiums don't go up as dramatically as the competition, by the way. Might be important to remember. Custom choice, you can see the premium stays level. The death benefit after the level period begins to decrease. Let me show you a little bit about what I'm talking about here. First, I'm going to go through some of the different specifications for the classic choice term. You can see what the issue age years are for the 10 through 40 product. The policy fee, $65. It's commissionable. Classic choice term, you can see a penny. What is the value of a penny? We're consistently priced in the top 3, 91% of the time, 96% of the time in the top 5. You can convert to one of 3 GULs. You can't do that with other carriers, or not all of the other carriers. You can with me. Is that worth a penny? Here's what I meant by differences in monthly premiums. Literally the differences in a penny. Carrier A versus Protective on the far right side, you can see what the annual premium is. It's a difference of a penny. Carrier A versus Protective, we're a penny more expensive. But remember, you can use my powerful online velocity system to help the client apply electronically for life insurance. We just introduced a digital part 2 for the application. So if you're familiar with using online platforms, we now have a digital part 2. We have electronic signatures. We have electronic policy delivery. We try to make this as seamless as possible because you make money by finding new people to talk to. That's where you make money. So if we can alleviate some of that time that you've spent delivering policies, and that's a valuable thing to do, because you can get your referrals there. We understand that, but we try to make it easier so that you have more time to dedicate to talking to new people. Here's that custom choice term UL thing. Remember, with classic choice, I told you the premium increases after the level period. With custom choice, the premium doesn't increase, but the death benefit stays. The death benefit actually drops. Illustratively, and I'll show you that in a minute. Now you got a car in your screen, and Salomon, what is this? All right, so I can't see your hands, but if you've seen me present at the Levinson Expo, I brought this up about 5 years ago. This is a Chevy Volt. When it comes to buying cars or you're shopping for a car, I don't know who on the call owns a Chevy Volt, and there's nothing wrong with the car. My point is, this is the least expensive car that you can purchase. And if you think about a car of getting from point A to point B, that's what cars are designed to do. I don't own a Chevy Volt. I actually own a pickup truck because I transfer quite a bit of stuff in my personal life, and we can have that discussion maybe over a beer sometime down in Deerfield Beach in the spring. The point is we don't, as consumers, go out and purchase the least expensive, in this case, car. There are a whole host of other cars that are owned by the participants on this call. Maybe somebody owns a Chevy Volt. That's great. But some of us own Toyotas, Hondas, Mercedes, BMWs, Fords, Lincolns, Chevys, GMs, whatever it might be. That seems to suit you. We don't buy the cheapest, so why would we sell the cheapest term to our clients? Here's the value in this custom choice. Remember, I said it was a UL. Here's a 10-year level for $750,000 in coverage. It's $1,000 a year. You can see the premium outlay is level, and you can see the death benefit is level until after year 10. In year 11, the premium stays the same. You can see the death benefit drops. I think everybody can see that illustratively. I wanted to show you a picture now. Because this is a UL, it's actually can be a flexible premium product. You can give your client maybe a cheaper entry point. This is something I call a 5x5. This is the same $750,000 death benefit custom choice term UL. But because it's a flexible premium, we were able to underpay the annual premium in the first 5 years and then pay catch-up premiums in the ensuing 5 years. And then in year 11, you can see the premium re-levelizes and the death benefit was continuing to decrease, just like it did if I flip back up and show you the level scenario. Here's the level scenario. By doing this 5x5 scenario, I've saved the client $400 a year for 5 years. Sorry, if I look at the level premium, it's $1,000. I've saved them about $200 a year for the first 5 years. It gives the client a cheaper entry point. This product is convertible to a GUL for 20 years or to age 70. It's about 10% more expensive than my flagship term. So why would we pay more money? Because you can get more value out of this thing and you can convert it to a GUL for 20 years or to age 70. That's a long time today. All right. You can see the level 5 years, the next level 5 years, you can see what happens. I'm going to skip through that. So this is the same policy again. I can do a 1035 exchange into this thing. So if I had a pre-existing contract with a client that had $9,700 in cash value, and I wanted to take that cash value and leverage up a death benefit, maybe I had a $100,000 policy with $9,750 in it. A 1035 exchange that into this 10-year deal, I can then have $750,000 in coverage through a 1035 exchange and then pay nothing for the next 9 years. Flexibility doesn't have to be the cheapest thing. All right, lifetime assurance. This is the product that we introduced in April of 2020. It's our third GUL product. This, in my mind, the way I keep it straight, this product is term to whenever you want term to go to. It at least has to guarantee to age 90. But after you guarantee it to 90, you can guarantee it to 96, 92, 103, 120. This one is not necessarily a flexible premium product. This is a level pay. You will have a GUL, you will have a guaranteed death benefit to whenever we illustrated and sold it. That's how it's designed to work. It's designed to protect people, families, and wealth. That's what this is for. Cool things about this. Here's what's cool. We've seen GULs that have return of premium features on it. And usually you have to have a triggering event, like year 15, you might get 50% of your premium back, but you have to cancel the contract. Or in year 20, you might get 100% of your premium, but you have to cancel the contract. Here's what's cool about ours. We have a return of premium of 25% of the premiums paid. And with those other products, the 15-year or the 20-year, you usually have to exercise that option within a 60-day window. Use it or lose it. Mine, no 60-day window. You can get 25% of your premiums paid anytime after year 10. Anytime. You can even take that 25% premiums and you could 1035 exchange it into something else in the future that might be better for the client. We try to provide flexibility without gimmicks. 25% anytime after year 10. Lapse protection. Index choices is my index product. It has a guaranteed death benefit out to age 90. It's an S&P 500 index product, 1 year point to point, 8% cap, 0% floor, 100% participation, fixed account 3.25, minimum guaranteed rate on the fixed account 1%. Very popular GUL product that competes very, very well with other carriers that have life expectancy guarantees. Here's a sales idea for you. This is Eddie. Looks like Eddie's working from home on his couch. 50 years old, successful corporate executive. He's standard non-tobacco. I like to run my number standard non-tobacco. Many of my counterparts that do what I do will show you select preferred or preferred. We all know select preferred in the industry. I think 10% of the people qualify for it, right? So let's just keep it standard non-tobacco. That's Eddie. Here's what we did for Eddie. Eddie wanted to, so he's in a blended family. He wanted security for his new wife. He has twin boys. He wants to create a legacy. And he's concerned about his future. What if he needs home health care? So what we did is we worked with Eddie, $1.3 million in index choice UL, that's ICUL, so that's my shorthand, I should have spelled it out, and ECR, which is my ExtendCare Rider. ExtendCare Rider is my chronic illness indemnity style long-term care-esque rider. And what we did, we have another rider called Income Provider Option, and that rider is free. Income Provider Option, when you put that free rider on any one given policy, it enables the insured or the owner to determine at the insured's death how much of the death benefit can be paid in a lump sum and how much will be paid in an income stream. Remember, we're protectors. Protective life, we protect families and financial futures of families. The way we designed this for Eddie was $1.3 million in face amount with chronic illness if Eddie needs it in the future when he gets older. We also designed the death benefit to pay a lump sum of $500,000, which will go to Eddie's new spouse, and a $4,000 income that will deplete the remaining $800,000, and that'll go to his twins for 21 years. So what's the pricing option here? Well, for 1.3 million, the way I structured my product, we're $500 cheaper than the next carrier in line. We're cheaper. My guarantee goes much longer than most. And for those carriers, as you eyeball down to the Symetras and Lincoln, you can see they're considerably more expensive, more than $2,000 a year more expensive. Yeah, their guarantee goes longer, but you're paying for it. And my target is fairly high, and we have a 2-year rolling target. So when Eddie pays his $14,000 premium this year, he still has about $4,400 in unused compensation target premium, so that when he pays his 14 grand next year, 4,400 of that will be paid to you in a first year commission, in your second year. Cash flow, how do you operate your business? So again, in 2021, we rolled out yet another product. Some of you on the phone may be familiar with a product called Banner A-List Term. It was for the group terms carve-out space. If you've worked with that product, you probably know by now that that product has been discontinued by Banner, and Banner will no longer allow or has a product for corporate cases that want to add a new participant into their group term carve-out plan. They're out of luck. Executive Universal Life was introduced by us, I misspoke earlier, in October of 2020. What this is designed to do is it's for corporate cases. It's guaranteed issue. The death benefits for the group of executives is formula driven. We have to have a minimum of 25 lives, and they need to be executives. Age availability, you can see they are white collar employees. They earn more than $100,000 a year. The rates are gender distinct, but we have a unismoke on here. Some of you may not have ever seen a unismoke. Similar to a unisex, but it has to do with tobacco use. The rates in the product are guaranteed for 5 years, which is better than most products that are out there. Some of you might be using some of my competitors, say a Pack Life or a Principal. Keep in mind, we've got an outstanding product. This product is generally about 17% of the other products that are currently available out there. If you've used or sold Banner A-List term no longer available, that case for you is prime for product replacement. You may be able to get a new sale out of it. Something to consider. It's designed for carve-out cases, additional coverage, replacement. It could be corporate owned. I worked on a case most recently for a very large law firm in Philadelphia with multiple partners. They used this product to insure each one of the partners for buy-sell arrangements. So it doesn't have to be carve-out. There are a multitude of ways to use this product in the corporate setting, but you have to have 25 lives. They have to be white-collar executives making over 100,000. If you have a case like this, if you think you have a case that might work with this, give Bill a call. We can conference. I can discuss it with you. I also have a third-party administration service. They handle all of the enrollment. They handle all of the discussions with the corporate client. You don't have to do anything, and you still get paid full comp. So we also added the ExtendCare Rider on that product because we figured for the executives, what if they have this offered through their company because they can own it on their own and they need to have long-term care insurance or a benefit in the future? Why not add this so executives can take advantage of it? We sweeten the pot. We're doing a lot of great things here at Protective. We are financially stable. We don't have the write-downs like you just saw from one of the more famous carriers that's out there. I feel for them. They'll recover, but we don't do and we're not making the mistakes that they do. If you have questions, Bill's going to open the lines, and I'd be more than happy to field the questions. And if I don't know the answer, I definitely will get the correct answer and get back to you. Bill, turn it back over to you.
Awesome. Great job, Chris, as always. Let me check the text line here. I think Annalise is going to let us know what came in. Just give me 1 second here.
Yep, once
and Annalise, if we got bombarded here, just so we don't take up too much time, we can circle Chris back in after the call. So totally up to you.
Gotcha, of course. Yes, we can absolutely get back to any questions that are unanswered at the moment. We promise we'll make it back to you. All right.
Okay.
I have
Nope.
JH.
Okay.
I'm sorry?
Okay. What was the question?
I have a JH asking, what does Protective invest in?
Much like many insurance carriers, and I don't have my financial report in front of me. We invest in U.S. Treasuries. We invest in investment-grade mortgages. And we invest in other life insurance companies. Part of what we invest in, part of what we use our money is we call it the virtuous cycle, but that has to do with the acquisitions that we make. We make those acquisitions for the blocks of business. We generally do it for pennies on the dollar. That money that we get from those investments goes straight to our bottom line. And then we take those monies and we conservatively invest them in interest-bearing securities that will help ensure that Protective Life has monies on hand so that we could pay the benefits for our clients as they come due. Aside from that answer, I would have to literally send Bill our financial snapshot, and you could peruse it if that's something you'd like.
Yeah, that's perfect. In fact, we can include that in the thank you email, so that would be great. Okay, anything else, Annalise, before we move forward?
From what I'm seeing, most of these questions are things we would have to answer individually. There are a few agents asking for additional information, so we can always circle back to that in the thank you email. I think that's best.
Okay, perfect. We will do that. So everyone that asks questions, we will circle back as soon as we hang up the call in about 10 minutes. Okay, so once again, Chris, thank you. We will reach out to you with any questions we need help with, but we should be able to have these covered. Let's move on. I got a few other slides here I want to touch on, and then I want to have our giveaway right before the hour. So real fast to get started, remember I mentioned in the beginning, if you already have a protective contract, not with Levinson, take advantage, transfer it. Obviously, 90% of the time you're going to get paid more commission, okay, plus bonus depending on production, and cash for contracting, leads for contracting with your first paid app. Everything to get started is on our website, and we'll include all of this in the thank you email. We also have a bunch of marketing material for agents and consumer approved as well. So we have two different marketing libraries set up, and Protective is part of it. Let's keep moving along here. What I want to talk about real fast is we touched on IUL, GUL Solutions, right, in the permanent space. And these are our core carriers here. If you notice, Protective is top left corner. And there's a reason for that, just because of their well-rounded portfolio, right? We just touched on that. Chris just went over that. When it comes to IUL specifically, I want to just touch on real fast, top right corner. Allianz is our biggest carrier when it comes to IUL only, okay? And I want to just talk about a few things that are coming up and we're launching on Tuesday. Okay, this is huge stuff. Over 200% participation rates. We got a fixed bucket of 5%. We got an underwriting risk class upgrade. What does that mean? Okay, standard non-tobacco goes to preferred best. Standard tobacco goes to preferred tobacco. Table 2 standard non-tobacco goes to standard non-tobacco, no tables. Okay, this is huge. This is scholarship approved. Again, the launch is Tuesday, so keep your eyes peeled for the webinar. I'm going to keep moving along. Mutual of Omaha, another big one, another great IUL with guarantees to age 90. ROP feature as well. And then, of course, the LTC rider is another big plus. Scholarship approved. Corebridge Financial is the new AIG. Another good GUL and IUL solution here. Okay, they also have some neat features and riders that kind of stand out. Lincoln Financial, another big one. They have a Table 3 shave reduction program. It's still active. All the way up to age 70. IUL with guarantees to 90, and then they have a LTC rider as well, and this is excellent. On the bottom here, Foreign Nationals is great, and then if you have a cigar smoker, vape user, marijuana, you can get non-smoker rates still with great competitive products. So that's the caveat there, and that's big. Okay, because typically if you see some underwriting features like that, the client's paying for it with a premium surcharge. So that's great stuff as well. I wanted to point out the other hot buttons here at Levinson. Okay, the next slide, this is a big one. Remember I said in the beginning, I was talking about, why we're not just another Me Too IMO, and that's important, right? You need to know that customer service-wise, commissions-wise, you are being taken care of, and as far as leads, technology, right? You need to know that you're out there, you're talking to new people, you're opening new doors, and we're helping you do that. We're not just giving you an 800 number and saying, oh, you're appointed with Protective. Here's their number, and if you need anything, call them. No, we need to do our part, and we get that. Okay, so we have a great social media lead program, and these two testimonials reviews came in within the last literally 48 hours. Okay, and if you want to check out our Facebook page, you'll see more there. But I want to just mention this quickly. So left side, if you look at we have the page split, and on the right-hand side of the page, the left side testimonial, I just wanted to let you know I just closed a $10,000 target IUL case from your leads. Thank you, Dave L. On the right side, this came in literally last night about 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Team, thanks for your help yesterday. My client is scheduled for Sunday and is doing a $500 a month IUL. This came from a $30 lead. Okay, these are the social media leads on the left-hand side. They work great. This is a third-party vendor. We negotiated a discount. We also had them lower their minimum lead order number. So that's a big deal. Okay, that means the entry fee is a lot less than some of their competitors. And what they have that's unique here, and this is where these sales came from, they have a $1 million no exam life lead. Okay, and you can literally choose your zip code and say, okay, I want to be within, let's say, 40, 50 miles within my zip code, or I want the whole state of Florida, for example. Okay, totally up to you. Obviously, if you go statewide, the price per lead drops down, but these leads work great. Okay, I'm telling you right now, they're amazing, but you must write the business back through Levinson. Okay, we negotiated a great price on volume. Okay, riding our agent's coattails. So we all we ask you to do is make sure you write the business back through Levinson and Associates. So let's keep moving along here. Thank you, by the way, Dave and Ian, for that, because that means the world. I think we just lost the slide here, Annalise. Okay, I have just a couple more slides left, and then we're going to wrap this up. We'll be a little bit early. So real fast, this is a great training tool, right? And this, again, makes us not another IMO that's out there trying to get your business, okay, paying a 60% commission and you're captive to them. No. So great training tool, Bill Levinson Experience Podcast. What we did is picked the top 5 episodes based on your feedback for 2022. And here they are in a nutshell: 36, 37, 38, 41, 42. We have professional NBA athletes. We have the World Series MVP from the Atlanta Braves last year. We have the new Hero Term product. Okay, this is a big one. We have the owner of that social media leads platform. I interviewed him for an hour. Anyway, you got to check out this channel. I'm telling you, lots and lots of value added. Think about this. How many calls do we get here from newer agents that say, Bill, I love everything you guys have to offer, and I know it doesn't cost me a penny to get started, but I need to talk to one of your top agents. I want to pick his or her brain for an hour, okay? Well, we can't just give out our top agent's phone number and say, here, call them, knock yourself out. So what I did is I asked them to be on my podcast for an hour, and I picked their brain and pretended I was an agent out in the field. So this stuff is available at no charge, okay? It allows you access to some of these influencers or MDRT agents that normally you wouldn't be able to get access to. So run with this stuff. It's on every podcast channel, YouTube, our website, the mobile Levinson app. Everything's there. And now you have a few days off for the holidays, so take advantage. Okay, we have the new one coming up, me, Carrie, and one of our top agents out on the West Coast. We do it's a group setting. We're going to talk about 22, 23, what's to come, and then the expo. So pretty cool stuff there. Future trainings, my second to last slide here. 2 things I want to highlight, okay, and I'm not saying this lightly, okay, and you'll thank me after the training. If we can go to the next slide here. I want you to write down these 2 dates, okay? 12/20 on Tuesday. This is a big one, okay? Remember I was talking about that IUL carrier, okay, with some of those new features and changes that are almost too good to be true, okay? Well, we are launching on 12/20 with the VP, okay? So this isn't just some dream that we made up in our sleep, okay? So he's going to be on Tuesday. I want you to be on. If you've never sold an IUL or you're an IUL pro, this product moving into the new year is going to be a game changer for you. Okay, and I'm on record saying that. I've never seen in 23 years some of these new features and updates to an already great performing product that you're going to see on Tuesday. Okay, enough said. Last one here. I personally picked this date, okay, right before New Year's weekend. Okay, write down the second one, 12/29 Thursday. The reason why, what I wanted to do here was I wanted to handpick the top white collar DI company and the top blue collar DI company. I wanted to get both of our VPs on one training to share with our agents what are all the new hot buttons, updates, in the DI world? What new sales strategies can you share with the Levinson agents so they can sell more DI? You know the renewals are ridiculous with disability coverage. You know that as an agent. Okay, you can build an annuity stream here for retirement, and you're helping these younger to middle-aged professionals. Doesn't matter what they do. Okay, you got to be on that call. I'm telling you, everything you need to know about DI on the 29th. All right, that'll wrap up the year, and then of course we'll come out strong in January. We got our last slide here. I want to thank everybody for hanging in there. We'll send out our thank you email. So real quick, before I ask our question of the day, this is our Positive Tuesday quote. So real fast, there's no secret sauce, right? Luck is the dividend of hard work, sweat, perseverance, and determination. There's no shortcut. You got to put the time in, which is what you just did for the last hour. Okay, and now take a nugget or two or three, put them into use. Try these new things, the new lead program, some of these sales strategies. Okay, that executive carve-out option Chris mentioned. I learned some stuff today, okay? But you got to put it in force. You got to try it. Jump in. All right, with that said, question of the day, and then we'll wrap this up with a bow. I mentioned, and by the way, yeah, you have to have your little fingers on the keyboard and ready to rip and come out with the first and correct answer. So you got to be quick. Annalise is watching. Okay? Get ready. Question is, I mentioned 2 agents that are using our lead program that just had nice sales. We're talking a total of like $19,000 of annual premium. Okay? Using our lead program. Tell me the agents' names, 2 names, and you win. Okay? You tell me the 2 agents that just wrote almost $19,000 of premium using our lead program. You tell me the 2 agent names, and you win the Fire tablet and the new Amazon earbuds because it's close to Christmas and in Hanukkah and New Year's around the corner. So we're doing it extra special, but you got to be first and you got to be correct. And Annalise is going to tell us who won. Annalise, who was first?
All right, I see Rosita H. from Illinois is our winner.
Rosita H. from Illinois. The answer was David and Ian were the 2 agents that wrote in using those leads. So I want to thank everyone once again. We will see you next Tuesday. Make sure you're on that call. Have a great rest of the week, a great weekend, great selling. Keep your eyes peeled for our thank you email. And thank you again, everyone. Take care.